All right, so if you are someone who has an overflowing bag or drawer or counter or vanity full of makeup, you're going to want to listen up. Okay, so we're gonna go from our overflowing makeup bags, all this stuff that we probably don't use half of, we spend so much money on, it's not great for our skin, whatever the case may be, and we're gonna make one compacted makeup, and I'm going to show you how to do it, and I'm going to use the makeup as we go so I can show you how easy it is and that it's your entire face. So my compact looks like this, but yours doesn't have to look like that. Yours can be super simple and small like this, and you don't even have to fill it to begin with, okay? My name is Krista. I'm 42. I'm a Saint artist. I have maturing, dry, wrinkly skin. Can you see all that there? And cream makeup is the answer. I don't care how old you are really, but especially if you're over 35, cream makeup is what you need, what your skin needs, what you need for your skin. So what we do is we start out with our contour. All of our makeup is cream, other than our setting powder and our eyeshadows, okay? But all the makeup is cream, and they all come in these little tins which magnetize into your compact. So you're only buying what you need and when you need it, and the colors that are only for you, that I can color match you to. So if you go to the link in my bio, if you go to the text button in my bio, or you just DM me or comment below and I'll write your name down, I will get you color matched. It's free, and then you decide what you want, what size palette you want, whatever the case may be. Hi. Thanks for being here. I'm really glad you're on. Love you guys so much when you're on with me, because it makes my job so much more fun to get on here and not talk to myself. So I appreciate you being here. So that was contour, okay? We started with contour, and contour, I use my detail brush, my favorite brush. Contour is going to go, and I'm only going to do half my face because I'm going to go to TikTok and I'm going to do a video over there too. So contour is going to go right here at our hairline. So it's going to shadow our forehead, make it look a little bit smaller. Not everyone needs contour on their forehead. If you have a little small forehead, you might not need contour. That's totally okay. And then you're going to go here. So your cheekbone is here. You're going to go right here and do kind of like a natural shadowing right underneath your cheekbone. Really easy. You can do it lighter than that. If you want to start out with just a little tiny bit because you're scared, that is okay. All right. There are no hard and fast rules. And then I like to take my contour over my jowl a little bit, and I go back my jawline, and this will all blend together. Don't worry about it. Okay. And then a little bit under my lip to give us a little pout right there. Some ladies like to do the whole way around their lip to give it a shadow effect. That's okay. And then I do right here too. So I come down from my brow, and I'm going to give myself a slimmer looking nose. But I'm really only going to do this one side, so you're not going to get the full effect. However, if you go back to my live from last night, I did the whole thing, and you can go check it out there. And then you can blend, or you can wait to blend. All right, so the next product is called Highlight. And in the land of Saint, highlights are our foundation and our concealer. They're just different shades within the same product. Okay, so this one's gonna be a little bit darker. This is my foundation color, my all over color, the one that most closely matches my skin tone. I'm gonna put that basically everywhere else, and it's going to color correct my redness. It's going to even out my skin tone. I'm going to do my eye too to cover up all that discoloration around there. And it just gives you the smoothest looking and feeling skin ever. It has super refined ingredients. What's that? You're okay. It has super refined ingredients, so it's going to keep you hydrated, and it's going to help your skin not look dried out or feel dried out or any of that stuff. So I'm doing there. And now I'm gonna just use what's left on my brush and go over my eyelid to really like color correct there and brighten that up a little bit. Okay, you still with me? It's really easy, I promise. We're gonna go back and we're gonna blend all of that out. You only need a teeny tiny bit. And when I say a teeny tiny bit, like that much, you can put on and then blend it out, and it's gonna give you the coverage and the color correction that you need. These makeup products last a long time, a long time, and they're only $16 for the cream. So it's really cool that it's affordable. The ingredients are really refined and simple, like very minimal ingredients. It's all sustainably sourced, which is really cool, I think. And gluten-free, cruelty-free, paraben-free, alcohol-free. And that's what dries you out in regular makeup, is the alcohol. The same thing with moisturizers. A lot of them have alcohol in them. It makes us dry out, so then you need more product, and they're making lots of money. So we don't have any alcohol in this stuff. This is my next highlight. This is my brightening highlight, or my concealer shade. This is what's gonna give me that pop of color. It's got a hair in my compact here. It's gonna give me that pop of brightness, and we're only going to do this. So we're not gonna take a really bright concealer shade and wipe it all underneath of our eye. We're only gonna use it out here. And if you follow other Saint artists, they're probably saying the same thing, because we don't want anyone walking around looking really washed out around their eye. And when you use a color that's too light, it makes our texture, aka our wrinkles and our deep pores, really stand out. So we're not gonna go too bright. You can brighten here if you want to. I like to brighten a little bit right there. I like to pinch my brush a little, and I brighten down my nose. And then I like to brighten here. And all of this makeup is yellow based. So if you have pink, like I do, don't let that scare you. It's still going to match your skin tone, but the point in that is because yellow corrects red, right? So it's going to give you the best color correction, and the other point of it is to make us look alive. Because if we're putting pink or like white washed out colors on our face, we're gonna look dead, and we don't want to look that way. We don't want to look like corpses. We want to be bright and glowing, and really we want our skin to look warm and inviting. Okay, all right, so now I'm just going to take the other end of my brush, and I'm going to make sure that everything is blended out, and I'm going around my contour, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I only want one layer of makeup. We do not need foundation and then concealer and then contour and all the things. We just need one layer of makeup. Now if you like more than that and you want like super glam, you like looking like you have makeup on, it's totally okay. You can do that. You can apply more layers, but I only want one layer. So I'm gonna blend my contour into my foundation, right? And down here too, and just make sure everything is all blended. So you can see the color correction happening, right? All of my redness and purples and my blues, they got color corrected really, really easily while I was talking. And then, what do we need next? We need a lip and cheek color, right? So all of these colors, and I have multiple ones in here, all right here. They are semi-glosses and glosses and satins, many to choose from, but you can use them on your lips, you can use them on your cheeks, you can use them on your eyes if you want to. They are also creams. They will last you a long time. I've been a Saint artist for over 2 years. I have never fully used a complete lip and cheek color, ever. I can say that with all honesty. Okay, so that color was Black Cherry, and do you see how dark it was in the tin? Don't be afraid of them. They're pigmented, but you can really blend them out. Okay, so that was a glossy cheek color, and do you see that like shine right there? And then you can use the same color on your lips if you want to. Don't be afraid of any of the colors or the products. You're okay to make noise, sweetie. You're okay. Real life here. This is mom life with all my boys around here. Okay, so that was our cheek color. And then I'm going to suggest that you get an illuminator, either cream or powder. Totally up to you, but the powder ones are more glam. Isn't that pretty? So that's rose gold. Is it rose gold or is it angel? Am I totally lying? It's angel. I'm lying. I should know my colors. And you can use this on the tip of your nose. You can do it with your finger. So I like doing it here. You're going to place this wherever the light naturally hits you, and it's going to give you even more of a glow. Okay, I like doing it here. So anywhere where we are contouring and highlighting, right, making ourselves glow, is going to give us extra dimension, which makes our faces look more interesting and more beautiful and evening everything out. And that's what we want to look. We want to look multi-dimensional, okay? Because if not, we look flat. And who wants to look flat? We want to look multi-dimensional. So this is already like an overflowing makeup drawer with all these products, and all I used was one brush and that. So then if you want to add in a bronzer, which I suggest that you do, you can do that too. My bronzer's getting kind of low here. This is Bella bronzer, also a cream. And I'm going to use my bronzer brush. You can use the other brush if you just want to start with one brush. It's totally okay. So I'm going to use a little bit of bronzer above my eye. And you see how it just kind of warmed it up a little bit? Just adds a little something, something. And I'm going to come down this way. So I'm coming kind of down in this C. And you can go over your nose if you want to. And you can look as sun-kissed as you want. And I like coming down here and down my neck, because then it just kind of blends everything together. We don't want a stopping and starting point here with our makeup, with our coloring, or here either. So we're always blending up into our hairline with our contour, and we're always blending down underneath of our jawline. So you can totally just start out with something like this. Very simple. You can start out with just 4 colors if you want. Very, very simple. But then if you want to add to it, or if you want room to grow, you're going to want to get this. This is the 12, palette 12. It's 12 of those large tins. But if you want to get some more fun stuff, then you can get some eyeshadows, right? And everything magnetizes in here. So you don't have to go and buy like the Naked palettes anymore, or any of that stuff, which have, 10 or 12 different colors in, all of which you're going to use maybe 2 or 3 that you like. You buy these all individually, and that way you're only getting the colors that you like, or that I, can suggest that are going to go together, and just have however many in here that you want. These also double as your brow colors if you want. If you want a brow color suggested, I use these 2, this one and this one, for my brows. And many times this color called Cafe, this will be the only color that I use on my eyes most days. That's it. It's so simple. And then, since I'm putting all my powders down here, my setting powder. So if you tend to be oily, if you don't like the dewy look that this makeup has, and you want to have like a photo finish or a mattified finish, you can take that setting powder. It's super duper refined, and you can press that on there, all over your T-zone, all over your face if you want to. You can use your Beauty Blender sponge like that and do the same thing, right? You can bake yourself if you want to. Everyone does it a little bit differently, and that's what makes this so cool, is that since it's customizable, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you're used to doing and just have it all right here. That was my entire face in one compact, and I didn't even have to use everything in there if I didn't want to, but I wanted to show you what was possible. And look at the correction, right? I could have gone in with a different color first and corrected my melasma, my age spots if I wanted to. I would add a color like this to my palette. If I had a whole bunch of redness and I couldn't cover it, I would add a color like this, which is Aspen Contour, to my palette, and I would color correct with that first and then go in with my makeup. But I just wanted to show you how simple it could be, and you don't have to have a big, huge palette. I know so many of us as artists do, as makeup artists, but I don't want you to be intimidated by that, because you really can start out with just as little as 4 colors and a brush. But do you see the color correction with that redness really fast? And this is contour also. It just has the ashier undertones. So you could by all means add those to your palette too, right? But make sure you're always sizing up with your palette when you start, because if not, you're gonna wind up with multiple palettes, and that totally defeats the purpose. You wanna have a large enough palette where you can have all your makeup and room to grow as you add other lip and cheek colors, illuminators, eyeshadows, whatever the case may be, okay? So buy that size 12 or buy a size 18, because you're gonna want the room to grow, okay? So if you have any questions, make sure that you message me. I'm just going back to make sure there aren't any comments or anything that I missed. Make sure you message me. Go to the text button in my bio. If you want to color match, just message me. Be like, hey, Krista, saw you on live, or just type in match or whatever you want to. because you want some evened out skin and some glowing skin, and you want your 45, 55, 65-year-old skin just to be evened out and look a little bit more youthful, a little refreshed. There's nothing wrong with that. We're never too old to try something new, and we're never too old to wear makeup. Just stop wearing the powders because it makes us look older, and the liquids don't do us any justice either. Okay? All right, so message me if you need me. You know where to find me.